Greetings and welcome to a rather exciting little review. I'm tired. I've had botulism for the past few days. It was fun. I highly recommend it to every one of your enemies. Anyway, I have been wanting to do this video for a while. I got most of my order in for the new Swarovski Spring 17 Innovations. And, they didn't have the Scarabaeus green. I need to get some Scarabaeus green. And I had, like, 3 different vendors telling me stuff about it. It was just not a fun time getting these things. But anyway, they came out with quite a bit of interesting shapes this time, and 2 new crystal colors, and 1 new pearl color, which is very, very, very awesome. And a lot of really neat shapes. They kind of went for a beachy themed thing going on, which is pretty cool for spring and summer. A few other random things, but yeah. So, let's get started. Let's start off with the new colors, because those are very, very exciting. First off is Graphite. And I got them. I'm going to list off all of the sizes and shapes that are available of each color, because I don't want to memorize that stuff, and I'm sure you guys don't really want to hear the sound of my voice. But anyway, they didn't have a 14mm Rivoli, so I had to get a 12mm, which is kind of frustrating because I use 14s. But I also didn't get everything available because, you know, that's expensive, and so I basically got like the smallest size of everything just to get a good gauge of what they had and to show you guys my impressions of it. And there's another pendant that they had, which was called Raindrop, but, I could have sworn that was available before, maybe just in different colors, but it was like, it has a silver-plated bail, over some crystals. Really, really pretty, so, I'll leave you guys a link to that if you guys want to check that out as well, but I could have sworn that was available elsewhere. But anyway, moving back to Graphite. Graphite, I could see myself using this a lot. It is a really, really pretty, almost blue-gray. It's like a very cool tone, slate gray. Dark. Kind of like similar to Black Diamond, if Black Diamond was, if Black Diamond had a blue in it. That would be it. Very, very, very pretty. And I could totally see that matching in with a lot of wintry themes, actually. It's kind of odd for a spring color, I would think, but I got that in Rivoli. I got some 4mm bicones in it, but I'm an idiot, and our beads at the time only had the pictures of the stock drawing of the shape of the bead. They didn't have the actual colors, and because I judge my shopping based on pictures and not reading, I accidentally bought Crystal AB2X. So this is what it looks like in Crystal AB2X. A lot of the color is gone, obviously, so if you're looking for the color, I would not get it in the AB2X. It's very sparkly, though. Really pretty. But yeah. I also got it in a cushion fancy stone square, which I don't work with squares very often, and I think I need to, but this is a really nice cut for a pendant. I do enjoy this color quite a bit. Also, in addition, I got 2 top drills, because I'm always using top drill bicones for some reason, and a couple of teardrop pendants, because I use those in earrings, and I probably had intentions of doing an earring thing with all this stuff, but, yeah, so that is Graphite. Graphite is fun. Another one, I didn't get too much of this color, because honestly, I really wasn't too thrilled about it. It's really cool, though. So I ended up getting another 12mm Rivoli because they were out of 14s. This is called Yellow Opal. This is just a very, very bright, like, in-your-face yellow. It kind of reminds me of those Lego pieces. I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about, but the round Lego pieces, they're often used as, like, energy things, or sometimes fire or fluorescent neon. Well, if you think of the fire Lego bits, they were orange. Well, this is it in yellow. And, they were the one brick, they were round, and they were often used as car headlights or flashlights or something in Lego, but anybody know what I'm talking about? But this thing is, like, really, really vibrant. It is an opal-like color. And that is a very, very, very spring color. Kind of like a egg yolky color. Egg yolk is probably a pretty good, accurate assumption of that. But it's very, very yellow. Very yellow. I personally don't like it. I'm not too big a fan of yellows. It is a really nice color, but it's just not really my thing. So, I mean, people were pairing the two colors together, which, yeah, they do kind of go. It's just not something I would personally use myself. I mean, it kind of looks more like school team colors or something like that, which, you know, I know a lot of people around here especially have pride in that, and I'm just like, okay, you do you. That's cool. But yep, I got some bicones too, because I often use 4mm bicones. I mean, to think about it, to have another variance in yellow is really nice, because a lot of the yellows that Swarovski currently has are pretty similar. You've got like citrine, which is your basically standard yellow. You got jonquil, which is a very nice pale color, which I'm not even sure, is that still available? Anyone know if you can still get jonquil? So that is yellow opal. Pretty nifty. And finally, the new pearl color, which is pearlescent white, which is a pearly white, which is the best adjective for this. This one's kind of cool. It radiates in this iridescent pinkish, sometimes greenish color, and it kind of changes depending on where you put it and match it with what colors, but it's a very soft, almost matte finish to it. Actually, yeah, it's pretty matte and texture. Very, very pretty. And anything that I use that calls for a white pearl is probably going to be used, replaced with this, because flat white is kind of boring at times. But I mean, all three of these combined isn't really a bad combination. It's just not my real preferred combination. It looks really good with that in contrast with the graphite. But, you know. I got these in 6mm. Sorry. 6mm and 4mm, because that's pretty much a size I use very often, and I think I kind of planned on making a set of earrings with these and the graphite combined. So we'll see what happens with that, and I'll keep you guys updated. But yeah, I'm really, really excited about this pearlescent white. And it comes in quite a bit of a shape offering. I'll leave that on the screen as well if you haven't done that. But I don't know because I haven't edited yet. But yeah, those are the three new colors, which are pretty nice. I like it when they introduce new colors. I don't like it when they retire colors, but that's just me. Alright. Okay, and on for the interesting shapes. Let's start with all the nautical themed one. We first have the jellyfish. Now this one comes in two versions. It comes in a chaton and a flatback, which is pretty nifty. So that is what we've got. This is a rounded back. And this one is, they're both partly frosted. You can see the edges of the detailing there. And it kind of does. It kind of looks like a jellyfish. I could totally see the chaton being, like, thrown everywhere. Being used as, like, a cap of something and then have, like, a tassel on the bottom of it, which would be kind of cool. And then this one's just a straight flat back, which can honestly be replaced. They're round enough to replace with a Rivoli, but I don't know, I'd be afraid of a lot of the detailing would be lost with it, but they're really nifty. And I'll have to see what I will do with that. I'll probably turn them into a ring or something. I got this new spawn pit ring, which I will have a tutorial on sometime. And I think one of these would be really, really cool in it. So I'm thinking I might do that and see what happens. But we shall see. But that's the jellyfish. Comes in a couple of sizes. Alright, this one is Bermuda Blue, which you might be able to tell, and then this one is Tanzanite. In case anybody was curious as to what I actually bought. But they do come in a variety of shades, which is nifty, and will be sure to match your nautical needs. Next up, we have the Sea Urchin, which is another one of those partly frosted one. It has this interesting little splatter pattern almost. It's got like little branches coming off and the rest of it's frosted, so it does kind of look like a sea urchin-y type creature. This one is also very rounded and it's got the pointed back like a Rivoli. This one would also be kind of cool if you did like this as a capper for something and then put like a tassel, circular tassel tube thing on the bottom of it. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Anyway, this one is also in Bermuda Blue. This is the smaller of the two sizes, and it's all in all pretty nifty, and I kind of like it. I don't know what I'm going to do with that either. I might turn that one... Ooh, you know what'd be cool? If I turn that one into a ring with a bunch of spikes all the way around it, in like really uneven, or daggers even, in a bunch of uneven colors. Or colors. Directions, just kind of jagged and pointing out. Interesting. Leave me some thoughts down below. Then we have the sea snail. I bought this one in crystal blue shade. It's got a rather large hole at the top, partly frosted. You can see the swirly bits are frosted in the center. And one thing that's really interesting, this is the 14mm, the smaller size, and you can see that hole right there is blocked in. It's, you cannot penetrate through that. In the larger size, the 28mm, the hole over here is actually punched through, so it gives a little bit more of a dynamic feel to it, which I might have to grab a couple of them. They are a little on the pricier side. They're really large. But since this hole isn't plugged in, it also leaves room for, like, bead weaving through it, like making some fringe on the dangly bits or not. But this one is really cute as a charm, or like a semi-focal piece, which is really, really nifty. I'm noticing this strange little scuff mark here, though. That's kind of curious. But anyway, that is the sea snail in crystal blue shades. Comes in two sizes. And finally, for the sea stuff, we have the Radiolarian, which is based off of a microscopic creature. This is in iridescent green. And this is the smaller one, the 18mm, and once again, the giant one, this one comes in two sizes. This one comes in a large 34mm size as well, compared to the snail, which was like 28. And that one also has all the holes punched out, so that you can do some really interesting things with it. In the larger, almost twice the size of this one, all these holes are punched out, so you can do some really interesting things with, like, wire wrapping or fringe as well, but this one is pretty cool. That'd be good on an anklet, I think, in this size. So, that is all for the sea stuff. Next, we have a collection of flatbacks, which are both exciting and intriguing. And I really like two of the three shapes that I bought. This is the Fancy Stone Twister. This one isn't really a flatback, it's more of a rhinestone, and this one comes in a larger size as well. This is the 6mm. But yeah, this is another fancy stone, which is actually kind of baffling to me. It's a really, really cool shape. This is the smallest size. It comes in three sizes. This is the 6mm. It comes in a 10.5mm and a 17mm, which, I don't know, like, I guess you could incorporate that in bead embroidery. But with all these points and jagged bits, I'm not sure. With all these jagged bits, I'm not sure what you'd do with it. It's really cool, though. But I don't know if you'd treat it like a flatback or not. I don't know. Let me know your guys' opinion on that one. And there's this one, which I'm really, really loving. This is the Flame Flatback in Fire Opal, and holy shit, this is gorgeous. You can see the Fire Opal thing happening with the yellow on the top and the orange on the bottom. I would buy a shit ton of these if I knew what to do with them. I really don't know what to do with flatbacks other than incorporate them in polymer clay and possibly even in PMC, which I don't like to do very often, but please, please, please give me some advice as to what I can do with this, because holy crap, it's gorgeous. Look at how sparkly and fiery it is. I love it. Holy shit, this one also comes in a variety of sizes as well. And then, finally for the flatbacks, I'm not sure how I feel about this one. This is called the Contour Flatback, and to me it just looks like a maxi pad that is very, very shiny. I'm Not sure what people were thinking when they were designing this. They were probably trying to be like avant-garde and nouveau and all those other trendy little, you know, adjectives. But it just looks like a feminine hygiene product. So I'm not sure how I feel about that. What do you guys think? I mean, it kind of vaguely looks like a sandal too. So, I don't know. I don't know. Again, this is one of those things where it's a flat back. I don't really know what to do with the flat backs, but you can kind of see the facets on it, if I can rotate my wrist and contortion it. But yeah, I don't know. That's my opinion on that one. And then, for the next bead, which I'm not partial to this one. I think I'm going to give it to a friend when I'm done with this video. This is the Panther bead, which is reminiscent of the skull bead. I know for damn sure I love the skull bead better, but I'm just not feeling this one. This is, hole is from the top and the bottom, which is really hard enough to incorporate into a project, unless it's like a focal piece or something. You're using it like a Y-neck or something, so you have like this thing going on with the tassel down here, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, but yeah. I don't really like the aesthetic. It kind of reminds me of like football teams, which I'm not really into. But, yeah, that's it. It's pretty detailed. It's really interesting looking, but not my cup of tea. This is also the smaller of the sizes, and these ones are also pretty much on the same price point as the skull beads. So, yeah. Not a cheap piece. And finally, we're going for a bead that I was very, very excited about. The Scarab bead. Oh my god, these are so fucking cute. I got them, and I originally got one of a couple of colors that I wanted to get, which was the Metallic Sunshine and this Aqua. Really, really pretty. You can kind of see some scaling on the wing. Really shiny, really cute, really adorable. I really, really like the cut of this. So, I love it a lot. I have ideas for what I want to do with it. And I was getting the Scarabaeus green as well because I never got anything with that finish before, and I wanted to see. And obviously, you have to get the scarab with Scarabaeus green, right? So I ended up getting 2 more of these in the Metallic Golden Sunshine. I think, did I say that right? Or just Metallic Sunshine. So this one is kind of two-sided. You have more of a metallic finish on one side. You flip it over and you get more of a clear finish, which is pretty nifty. I love it. These are so gorgeous. I just really cannot wait to do something with it. I have ideas, like I've said. And yeah, I will share with you guys what I do with those ideas, because these are pretty freaking adorable. And I did finally get myself a hand of the Scarabaeus green, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how I feel about it. I'll tell you why. First off, it is, like with this one, they are only coated on one side. So, the finish is only on one side. But because of that, the way this is finished, one side is gray. Like that, which, don't get me wrong, is really pretty. It's just not what I got. And then you turn it over for the scarab green. And, honestly, to me, it looks really chintzy and cheap. Like, what you do, like, I have a $10 knife I got, like, at I think it was a smoke shop one time. Don't ask me how I was there. I was just there. Because I think I was there just because they had knives. But anyway, I was there, and it was like a $10 flip knife that has the same exact finish, and you know it was a chintzy piece of shit, but it was shiny. And that's kind of the vibe I have with this. I mean, for this kind of finish, it is well executed. And it is fairly pretty, but it just, I don't know. To me, it looks devalued. And the beads themselves aren't as expensive as the other finishes, which is great, because I think I'm gonna buy a lot more scarabs, because they're really fucking cute. But anyway, I'll have to wait for to put my final judgment until I buy, like, some actual beads, like the bicones or pearls in this finish, because, I don't know, I don't like the way it looks on this. but it's... I don't know what they were going for. I think what it is the purple. I think that there's too much purple. I think what it is that there's too much purple going on in the inside, and there's just too much going on. That, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I like it, but I love the gold. Look at the gold. It is so fucking cute. And look at the blue, because he doesn't belong really, but he's pretty. But yeah. That is what I got. I don't know, let me know what you guys think about it. Have you guys gotten the Scarabæus green? What are your impressions of it? But, yes, that was the Swarovski 2017, because we apparently bead with cars. Spring Innovations. Let me know what you think about these beads, if there's anything that you would like me to do with them. What are your ideas for these beads? Because they're really freaking... I just love these scarabs. They're really freaking cute. Look at how cute they are. Just look at them. Look at how cute. Look at them. Anyway. Yeah, so I have a couple of ideas of what I'm going to do with these things, but let me know what you guys think. And, yeah. Thank you guys for joining me. Feel free to check me out on my blog at odins.musings.com for any random rants that I may happen to write. And of course, if you'd like to participate in some live lessons with Odin, feel free to check me out on Patreon as well, where I'm scheduling those once a month for my $5 and up tiers. But yeah, I think that'll do it for me. Thank you guys for joining me. And of course, if there's anything that I need to be trying out right now, feel free to leave me a comment down below, and I will see you next time.